Hello, this is Bill Steffen. I am down in the man cave on a rather chilly night here in West Michigan. Temperatures over much of the state are making it down into the mid to upper 30s here during the early morning. And it looks as if the cool air is going to be hanging around here for just a little bit longer. We'll start out with something kind of interesting. This is the tornado probability map for May the 23rd. This is from the Storm Prediction Center. They took a look at the years 1982 to 2011. And took a look at where there was the best chance for severe weather. And that's, as you can see in the colors, that the highest probability is down in Tornado Alley, which is down from North Texas up into Oklahoma and up into Kansas. A little bit of wedge of red comes across Illinois there. And you can see in West Michigan here, the farther south you are, the better the chance for seeing a tornado on May the 23rd. There's a map you can get for every day of the year, and it's kind of interesting to see the progression of severe weather move first from the south into the high plain states and then off to the north. You know, it's interesting, you have a better chance of seeing a tornado in mid-July in Minnesota than you do in Oklahoma. The Oklahoma severe weather season peaks here during the month of May. Well, where we're going to see severe weather here over the next couple of days, we'll start out with the severe threat for later this afternoon and tonight. We got a level 2 or slight risk that runs from northeast Colorado and southwest Nebraska on down toward the tip of northwest Arkansas and northern Oklahoma. This is mainly for winds, though there could be an isolated tornado or two in here. And then as we move ahead to Saturday, you'll find a smaller slight risk area in generally that same area that we can generally tend to have tornadoes in Texas and Oklahoma there, as you can see. The level 1 marginal outlook is in the dark green. All of that stays south of Michigan. We should not be seeing any severe weather here over the next 4 or 5 days. No thunderstorms at all. In fact, most of us will stay dry. Okay, we're going to take a little time out here and thank our 2 sponsors. Pay a little attention to this.
Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in, move out. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Our work is guaranteed, gift cards are available, and we even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Office manager, keep your business looking and feeling its very best. Call 616-264-1397 today for a spotless space and total peace of mind.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, this unseasonably cool pattern continues here for just a little while longer, though things will gradually improve. The average high temperature for today in Grand Rapids is 72. High temperature on Thursday was 60, so that was 12 degrees cooler than average. And it was only 52 on the Muskegon Pier and 49, the high temperature at the South Haven Lighthouse. That would be a more typical low pressure or low temperature for this time of year rather than a high temperature. And here's our lakeshore forecast for you. We'll take a look at some northwest winds, 10 to 20 miles an hour, so still a bit on the breezy side near the lake. Most of the day, waves will be around 2 to 3 feet. They may diminish to around 1 foot by late in the day. So there's a lot of people fishing near the lake. It's probably been a good year for that because we've seen quite a few boats out. And in the picture that you can see, which is from Thursday from the Gluro camera there, you can see the Lake Express ferry getting a little bit of a push from the east wind the past couple of days as it heads from Muskegon over across the lake to Milwaukee. But they should have a pretty nice run here tomorrow, though it will be kind of chilly. Well, let's take a look at our headlines. Overall, dry weekend is expected here. I can't totally rule out a shower, but most people are going to see dry conditions here right on through the day on Monday. We'll have a very slow warming trend, a very, very slow warming trend. But with the sunshine out and the winds tapering off just a bit here, I think it'll feel a little bit nicer to be outside. Temperatures will still be cooler than average here. And the good news is no severe weather over the next 4-day holiday weekend. Taking a look at the Whitecaps, they've had a couple of games rained out here this week. They have evening games for Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday. And the Sunday evening time is unusual. That's because we got a holiday on Monday. Normally, Sunday afternoon games are during the afternoon hours. Forecast, partly to mostly sunny, cool, and dry at the start of the game. And the temperature should be around 54 degrees here Friday evening. And the Whitecaps doing good. They won both of their games yesterday. They completed a game that was mostly rained out here on Wednesday. They had just played 3 innings, and then they won the regularly scheduled game too. So they're having a great year. The Tigers are doing well. Baseball is rocking here in Michigan. Okay, 66-hour rainfall total. Look at that. Wow. Look at the rain they're going to get. Boy, not the best time to be in Branson, Missouri, that's for sure. That's in the southwest corner of Missouri, where they could see 3 to 4 inches of rain, thunderstorm after thunderstorm after thunderstorm. Should keep people off the golf courses there a good portion of the time. And while they might see some isolated severe weather, most of the concern is for some fairly heavy rainfall there, which could cause some local flooding. There's a nor'easter going on in the New England area too, and as you can see that over in Maine, Boston area really had a soaking. Some places they're picking up 3 inches of rain from that nor'easter as that slides out into the ocean there. And you can see some rain showers extending back into the state of Montana, but nothing in the Great Lakes here well, not much. Let's go on to the next slide, and I'll be able to show you that northern part of our state, may see a scattered shower or two, less than a quarter of an inch. Most areas up here will see less than a tenth of an inch, but there'll be many areas up there that will stay dry as well, and that is certainly going to be the case down here in Grand Rapids. Odds favor no rain here for the next 4 days, including today. Today's forecast looks like this. I think inland here in Grand Rapids, 56 or 57. Skies will be partly cloudy. We'll see that some cumulus clouds develop here as the day goes on. Early morning, 39. I think with the wind holding up just a bit here, there won't be hardly any frost. Some of the really low spots over the next couple of nights will probably pick up some frost. Leota, Baldwin, some of the low spots with sandy soil north and northeast of Grand Rapids, but most areas will not. Mostly clear skies here during the evening. Northwest winds 10 to 18 miles an hour, probably closer to 10 miles an hour in the morning. Could kick up a little bit here during the afternoon. Humidity falls to a low of about 55% during the afternoon. Now let's take a look at some high temperatures across the area. We've got the lower peninsula on the left and the upper peninsula on the right. I think Grand Rapids about 56 or 57, South Haven at 52. That's a good station to look at if you're going to be near Lake Michigan. It'll show you the contrast between inland and at the lake. And you can see, by the way, one thing I should mention while I got it, I did call a couple of times to get the Reeds Lake water temperature, and that's an inland lake. I know a lot of people sometimes go, I've been swimming on Memorial Day before. The water temperature Thursday was 58 at sunrise, and it did climb 3 degrees to 61 during the afternoon with a little bit of sunshine. It'll probably be no warmer than that here over the next couple of days. And up in the UP, Marquette, 46. The area just east of Grand Marais there with 44 for high temperatures. So if you're heading up to the UP, bring a jacket along. It's going to be kind of chilly up there. Saturday's high temperatures look like this, a little bit better, 61 for Grand Rapids, 53 though for South Haven. Wind will be coming off the lake, so it's not going to be real warm. 56 up in Traverse City, and up in the UP, it makes 55 in Houghton. The wind will be more southwest there coming off the land. So they'll be just a touch warmer. For Sunday, here's the way it looks. Temperatures up into the mid-60s here. Each day we're warming up a few degrees. Still only in the 50s along the lakeshore, as you can see, 56 at South Haven. And then we move ahead to Monday, Memorial Day, and we've got upper 60s to around 70 for inland areas. It'll still be a bit cooler near the lake. South Haven, a high temperature here on Monday at 60 degrees. Across the lake, we get a west wind or a northwest wind here. On the other side of the lake, they'll get an east wind in Milwaukee, where the high temperature at Mitchell Field there should be about 57 degrees. Okay, the 5-day forecast calls for partly cloudy skies Thursday and Friday. That should read. And we'll see temperatures in the mid-50s and then low 60s. As we head into the mid part of the week here, temperatures warm up to the mid-60s, mid to upper 60s over the weekend. 70 for Memorial Day here looks pretty good, and 71 with a chance of a shower. Not a sure thing, but a chance of a shower here on Tuesday. Okay, the 8 to 14 day outlook, as you can see, we've got near normal temperatures here, and that's going to feel warm. If we get some sunshine and temperatures are back the first week of June, we're in the mid-70s here most days, and a warm day would bring us temperatures up into the 80s. By the way, look at Alaska. Alaska really going through kind of a chilly month and a wet month. There's still places up there getting snow at this time. West Coast looks pretty warm. The cold air doesn't get down into Florida, and part of that below normal for the southern United States is because of cloud cover, not because they're going to be cold by any means. They'll be certainly on the mild to even warm side, but they will be seeing a lot of cloud cover down there. All right, rainfall. You can see the rain stretched out along where the dividing line is between the cold and the warm from Colorado and New Mexico east to Florida. There'll be thunderstorms in the warm air and along the front, and some showers to the north of the front. Below average here in the state of Michigan. So we've got a lot of sunny, dry days coming up here as we close out May and start the month of June. So let's see what Michelle's got for us. She is busy working at the airport tonight, so I get to go through some of the slides that she created. At the Grand Rapids Public Museum, a new display, veterans display opening up today, honors veterans 80 years after the end of World War II. And look at this. This is neat. Free admission for active and retired veterans through Sunday. And if you look over on the right side, it says free admission for veterans and families all weekend. So isn't that kind of neat that we can that they can offer that to everybody? And there's those, not only the new exhibit, but there's so many neat things you could see at the museum. The blue whale skeleton, the airplanes there in the foyer, the lobby area there. You can go up and read more about furniture in Grand Rapids here. You got the wonderful planetarium that Dave DeBryan has worked on for so many years. What is 60 years or thereabouts he's been with the planetarium, so salute to him. Okay, coming up this weekend, we have the Food Truck Friday at Riverside Park. This is from 5 to 9 o'clock. Admission is free. Food and drink for purchase. There'll be local vendors there. There'll be a beer tent that will be raising some money for charities. Music by students at the School of Rock. So you can check that out. That's well attended. I drove past that one day, and there were a lot of people there. What else we got going on this weekend? Parades, yes, indeed. The Monday Parade in Grand Rapids is at 10 o'clock. Starts at Lyon and Ottawa, moves through downtown to Veterans Memorial Park, which is at Fulton Street there. And they'll have a little ceremony, and that was a huge thing in the town I grew up in. I grew up in Wilmette, Illinois, and Memorial Day was the biggest day of the year. I mean, we had a huge parade, 21-gun salute. I mean, it was really impressive if you were a kid. All the kids could ride in the parade, decorate their bicycle with the little colorful crepe paper and tape some bicycles. And of course, you had to put the playing cards in the spokes to make that noise, right? So you'd get an old deck of cards that mom wouldn't need anymore, and you'd grab a couple of those, and with a clothespin, you could make a lot of noise with your bicycle. And in the parade in Wilmette, they had free ice cream for everybody at the end of the parade. So what a deal. All right, if 10 o'clock's too early for you, you can catch the Walker Memorial Day Parade. I usually go to the Walker Parade. I've been to that for 5 or 6 years in a row now, maybe more than that. They have a flyover. I don't know who took that picture. Michelle got that picture, and that might have been my picture, believe it or not. Timing it out well so that you see the planes. Were those warthogs? I'm not sure. Planes flying overhead, and they went back and forth like 3 or 4 times up and down the parade route. So that was kind of neat that they do that little air show for free going on there. Parade goes down Remembrance Road. It starts at noon and goes to Walker Village Drive. So, and there are a lot of people to come out for that. So grab a little bit of sunblock if the sun's going to be shining, and enjoy the parades in Grand Rapids and in Walker. Also this weekend, Friday from 4 to 12:30, and also from 11 a.m. to 12:30 a.m., Ribfest, the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, over in Grand Haven. This is open to the public. It benefits veterans charities. It's cash only, and there is no cover charge. So you can pig out at the VFW here over the weekend and raise some money for veterans causes. That would be a good thing. And on this date in 1883, Kalamazoo Village trustees scheduled a meeting to vote on a city charter. So they're moving from village to charter. 2 days later, 834 people voted in favor of becoming the city of Kalamazoo. And we got a couple interesting facts about Kalamazoo to pass along here. It's a Potawatomi word, which means boiling water or boiling pot. The story goes it relates to mirages or reflections on the river. So a big salute to Kalamazoo. We've been down there many times. We have gone down there for many years to see the parade that's down there, sponsored by one of the local car dealerships, which does a great job at putting the parade together down there. And the next slide, I believe, shows me and Terry DeBoer and Emily Leonard. And also me with Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Santa and Mrs. Claus. And they would be at the end of the parade here. There was a holiday parade for many years, and they ran it, I think, the first Saturday in November. They did it early so that they wouldn't get into the really bad weather, because they had a couple of years that were pretty cold and snowy, and that kind of reduced the crowd size a little bit. But they put on a great parade down there. I should mention that there are other great parades in town around the holiday season. Holland, Hudsonville, Battle Creek puts on a great, one of the Optimist clubs, I believe it was the one that puts on the, is that right? The Optimist Club? One of the groups in Battle Creek that puts on the parade there, and they do a very fine job. Okay, what else we got? We got a couple of slides to show you here from John Scully. Beautiful picture looking out over the water there as they head toward the Lake Michigan area, and he's in the Muskegon area there. A couple of different cloud layers there, and this is from John Doherty, the second slide that we have here. Under the Mack Bridge, 5 miles long. I've been up there a couple times recently. I've only once been under the bridge in a boat, and it was really something to see the cars sliding by on that grate. You know, the grate allows the snow to fall down into the water below. But a marvel of construction, and it's still going strong. The Mack Bridge connecting, of course, the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula. Well, we have come to the end of our weather and factual journey here this evening. I hope you have yourself an amazingly wonderful Friday and a great weekend ahead. Don't forget to, on this Memorial Day, to remember those that have served in the armed services here over the years, including my father, who was in the Army Air Corps in World War II for almost 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, have yourself a great day.